Hey everyone, welcome back to DevTalks podcast. It's your host, Travian. So glad to be back and be recording another episode. I've been sick for a while, but I still have to keep these coming out all the time. Feeling way better now. I really appreciate everybody who listens to the podcast and stuff, but I also want to ask everybody to share, subscribe, depending on where you're listening to this at, and comment and just let me know how you feel, anything that you want to know, keep asking questions and all of that. I'm totally up for answering anything and replying to everybody. It means a lot to everybody who even just listens on their own. But yeah, it helps if you listen to this, like it, share it. It all helps. I really appreciate it. And thank you. Today we have a very special episode, I would say. I don't know if anybody has done something like this or at least came out and said at least what I'm about to do. I'm going to let you guys know in a second, but I'm actually have been excited for this episode for a while. If you can't tell by what the title says, is going to say the main portion of the podcast will be generated by ChatGPT. So AI has become such a great and pivotal portion of society in our world, and it's going to continue to grow, and it's going to eventually become the future and take over the responsibilities of so many different things in the world. I can barely imagine all the stuff that you can do with AI. You'll probably be able to have it track certain things for you, way easier, upload stuff, write things out. It'll probably be able to even write song lyrics for you. It'll be able to do AI. You can do just so much things with AI to help you, and I'm sure so many things are going to be coming out. I know recently there was this big thing on social media where the AI was generating pictures of people when they posted them in and doing stuff like that. So it's definitely something that's going to expand um, our limitations and what we'll be able to do and etc. Just like that. But today I will be using a specific AI called ChatGPT, and I asked it to write a script out for me for the podcast. So basically, in case you don't know what ChatGPT is, it is a language model that was developed by OpenAI. And it's based on GPT-3, which basically it means Generative Pre-trained Transformer 3. And that's the type of architecture that it was built off of. And it was trained with so much data that you can pretty much ask it whatever. It's basically if you were having a conversation with Google and Google is actually doing tasks for you, talking back to you, like as I said, make jokes or whatever. I basically told this AI when I signed up and made an account. I basically told it to write me a script for my podcast, and then it gave me like a few things for it. And then I also told it to make it longer, to try to fill up some time and just see where I can really expand it to become eventually in the future and stuff. So uh, to build off on that, it is very powerful. I've heard of ChatGPT over the last few months a lot. A lot of people are talking about it. A lot of people are talking about how you could possibly make money off of it. I heard from it from my boss and also one of my friends. Just coincidentally, both of them had talked to me about it, and it's actually really cool. Like I can see a bunch of stuff that we'll be able to do in the future with this kind of stuff, and it's giving me some ideas on projects that I want to possibly develop, and it's also done a bunch of other stuff too. So to get into this episode, and we're gonna just dive right in, and hopefully everybody likes it and has as much fun listening to this as I had making this. Thank you. Welcome back to DevTalks, the podcast that explores the world of engineering and technology. Today, we're going to be talking about OpenAI and its revolutionary language model, GPT-3. We'll discuss how this technology is being used and its impacts having on industry and what future holds for OpenAI. So, we'll start with discussing OpenAI and its mission to develop and promote friendly AI in the service of humanity. OpenAI was founded in 2015 by a group of entrepreneurs and researchers who wanted to ensure that artificial intelligence is developed in a responsible and safe way. The company has grown significantly over the past years, and now it boasts about its impressive list of investors and partners that support its work. OpenAI basically has a team of researchers and engineers working on a range of projects from developing new models and exploring the ethical and societal implications of AI. Next, we'll delve into the matter of GPT-3. GPT-3 is a state-of-the-art language model that was developed by OpenAI. It is trained on massive amounts of data and is basically able to generate human like text and complete a wide range of language based tasks, such as text summarization, translation, question answering, and like so much more things can be done. GPT-3 is notable for its ability to understand and generate human language and its ability to perform tasks with minimal fine tuning. This makes it one of the most powerful language models currently available. Now, let's dive into the uses and applications of GPT-3. One of the most exciting applications of GPT-3 is the ability to automate content creation, and this can be used to generate news articles, blog posts, product descriptions, and so much more. It can be used to power conversational interfaces such as chatbots and virtual assistants. GPT-3 has also been used in areas such as language translation, summarization, text completion, and etc. However, GPT-3 is not without its limitations and ethical concerns. One concern is that GPT-3's capabilities can be used to create fake news, misinformation, or deepfake videos. Another concern is that GPT-3's capabilities can be used to automate jobs that were previously done by humans. These limitations and ethical concerns have prompted researchers and policymakers to actually call for more transparency and accountability in the development and use of AI. And to wrap things up, the AI basically mentions here how we'll talk about or talk with some of the leading experts in the field of AI and natural language processing, where they'll share their thoughts on GPT-3 and its potential, as well as the challenges and opportunities that OpenAI's work presents for the industry. And then also basically have them talk about what the future holds for OpenAI and GPT-3 and what kind of advancements we can expect to see coming in the next years. That's it for today's episode of Dev Talks. Thank you for tuning in, and we hope that you learned something new about OpenAI and GPT-3. Remember to subscribe to our podcast for more episodes on the latest developments and trends in engineering and technology. Until next time, keep on coding. And that is basically what I was able to get ChatGPT to generate for me as kind of a episode script. It was very short, but I guess you guys can really take in like the limitations where it is at now. I did ask it to make it longer, and because I just wanted it to have more context and information as as I recorded this podcast, and I just wanted to at least have a feel for what it would give out, and this is basically what it provided me with. So it provided me with a script with information that would take about 4 to 5 minutes to read through, and with some information about itself and other information about the company that designed it. Uh, Probably can get a little bit more information out of it and things, but it can't really like fully bring out everything that may wanted to be talked about. It can't also I can't also put my personality, for example, into the the script that it prints out. Like, and I don't want these podcasts, as I said like earlier in the first episode, to really feel scripted. I want them to kind of free flow so that my personality can really get into them some and things. But it actually is cool that it was able to do something like this. And in times of like going through the script, I wanted to like pretty much put my input in those times and stuff, but I also wanted to kind of stick out of it just so that everyone who is listening, for example, today, can really get an overview on what was able to be generated from this. We, as it said, like it can answer questions, it can summarize stuff that you don't understand. If I For example, if I have a question at work and basically the documentation on the language or whatever I'm using, or if I'm doing a project on my own personal project and I need it to be explained or summarized more, I can literally take it and put it into here, and it will summarize it. It will give me code snippets. It will do pretty much almost anything I ask it to. And if it doesn't give you enough details, you can always ask it for more, and it will kind of remember the last thing it gave you to build off of that, which is very cool. Which is also how I was able to ask it to make the podcast script a little bit longer and things like that, and add an extra segment to it. But I think this is actually like very cool, and I can also see why they have researchers and stuff looking at ethical and societal implications of the whole AI thing, because just how like in the segment when it talked about its limitations, you can see that yes, this is going to make some people's lives easier, and maybe more than some. It'll probably make way more people's lives easier. But at the same time, it is taking and it is going to take a lot of jobs from people. Like if anybody ever was to be one of those uh chatbot workers and reply back to somebody and things, like they can just use ChatGPT. And this was actually funny story. This was actually made to be a chatbot, and it just turned out to be this powerful that everybody's using it for so much other things and tasks and things like that. But you like hit any job you can think of where you need to really like talk to somebody or get information or get stuff summarized, or say I'm a content creator and I post YouTube videos. I have an editor or whatever, and that editor posts videos and things. If at the state that it's at now, I think it can, and I may even use this on the podcast and stuff, generate descriptions for the video. Give it all the details of what the video's at and tell it to generate a description on it. Um, and that can make the editor's life easier. Or the content creator can go around and turn around and say, "Hey, I'm just going to use this to fill out all the information in that. I don't need to use you for this no more or pay you for that anymore." And it takes money out of their pocket and stuff. So there's good and bad of everything, and unfortunately, like it is going to take away from some people that do certain things, like to be able to automate and have this, and it returns answers quickly. I believe the first time that I ever used this chat GPT, it was one of my favorite shows. When it was out at the time, like the original series is this show called Power, and told it to write a script based off the show. Write a TV script, TV episode script for this show for somebody's birthday off of it. Write a birthday episode off of it. And it sat there and it printed out a script for the episode, for a makeup episode of the show for somebody's birthday. And that is like very cool. And it can, like, the possibilities of what you'll be able to print out of it or draw out of it or are pretty much going to be endless in the future. And as I said, like, you can, like, it would be cool if you go to another country, right? Somebody who likes to travel, and they have this app on their phone now because ChatGPT was used before, to be able to talk into it, and it automatically translates stuff to another language, and it will listen back to what the other person's saying and translate it back instantly without just opening up Google Translate and talking into it, just making it easier to communicate with people and things off the phone, or just automatically translate a language based on a setting that you have set on it and things like that, because it already does translate the text. Now imagine what would happen if you add voice into it. And we already have the capabilities of talking into our phones and writing text. So why can't you do it that way? These are just like just ideas and things. Like I haven't spent all too much time of just thinking about all the possibilities, but these things like that exist. So as I said, I think it's pretty cool. I really wonder what everybody else and what you guys may think about what you would do with it, or how you could use it to either make money or improve your life or anything of the sorts. There's a lot of cool things that can come from it. But I also think that it writing this script for my podcast actually gave me ideas on how to open and close my show as well too, and stuff like the whole welcome thing about, like, about exploring the world of technology and engineering. Like that is really dope to me. And also, like, it gave me a little ending phrase, like the until next time, keep on coding, like keep on doing whatever you're doing. Like it just, it's able to help you so much in your creativity as a whole. And I'm definitely going to use this to help with my creativity and be able to produce better stuff, and especially in the future. And for anybody else, like, so definitely let me know in the comments, what would you use this for, or if you have used this before, and what do you think this will end up being in the future? How do you think it'll turn out? How long do you think it would take for stuff to progress, especially in the times that we are in now? And also, like, if you want to know more stuff about different AIs, what things came from Chat GPT, or even like if you just found something else out about it, and I would like to talk about it. So all of that kind of stuff super interests me. This was I was actually expecting to make this episode and do that for since I began this podcast, and I was really interested in how it would turn out. I hope it, like, pleases everybody here and everything. It probably won't be as long as the last episode I recorded, where I had so much more information on it and stuff. But as I said, I just wanted to get something out that was nice, cool, and creative where I can use this to develop something and see what it gave me and talk about how I'm going to use it. So, and that's what I just planned on doing. Plus, I didn't have as much time this week because I was recovering from being sick. And I wanted to make sure I can give you guys the best content or best audio that I possibly could, or just do whatever was available to me at the time so that I can keep getting these out at a reasonable time and stay on schedule. Because I really want to put all my effort and my pride and my creativity and everything into these episodes. So thank you all for listening. Please subscribe, of course, to the podcast on whatever you're listening to, or subscribe to on everything and like it, share it, comment, do all of that, please. It helps. Everything's free to do that. And thank you for listening to Dev Talks. Hope you all have a nice and wonderful week. I'm really curious to see all the new news that comes out about this new AI and everything. So, as I said, just let me know if you guys have any questions, if you have any feedback, if you want to know something. I'm more than happy to talk to everybody. Follow my social medias in the description, and you can also ask me stuff there too. So, thank you. This is Trey signing off.